What's going on, everybody? It's Top Bets. We are back at it, fresh off of a holy cow. How did we pull that outright out of our ass kind of a weekend? How are you feeling tonight, Teaser?
Yeah, good. Congrats to you on another outright. I'm trying to get like you with the outrights here. That was interesting Sunday. I know we were texting about it. It's just like I don't understand what Shane Lowry, man. He just can't do it. And that's when we talk about it on the podcast, how he was 18, 19 to 1. That's exactly why you don't do it with Shane Lowry, because that just proves he can't get it done. But yeah, congrats to all the Echevarria backers.
Nico,
he snuck in there. Kind of hung around the whole day. It looked like Lowry was pulling away, but he just did enough to stay in there, and had hope Lowry messed up, and he did. So good number there for you. Pretty solid win there early on in the year for a little bit of bankroll going through the summer. So
I felt great after Thursday. Him and Smotherman, doubled the field.
Yep.
I was like, okay, he's going to be there Sunday. And then terrible Friday. Terrible. Just average. And I'm like, oh, boy. He just let the damn field come back to him. Lowry got hot over the weekend. Lowry got stupid hot on Sunday with the putter. I was like, oh. And to be honest with you guys, I turned it off after like the whole 15. And I didn't even see him hit it in the water on 16.
Yeah.
And then Teaser texts me. He goes, you got to be kidding me. And so I turned it back on, and I just absolutely sweated out for the last hour. Did not even talk to my kids. Just said, screw it. You know what? I'm sweating it out. But yeah. So first, hold on. Let me try to put this. Go to this one. Add to that. There we go. There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
The first outright of the year. We got it. Nico, nice little 15 into 915. So nice little 9 hundo spot for the lay. So
that's a big win. Yeah, that's a good win.
So we're back at it. Okay. We had to showboat a little bit. We've been runner up several times this year, and we finally got one. So we're gonna show it. Okay. We're gonna just show it multiple different times throughout the show, just so everybody knows.
We deserved one at least. We had a couple, three runner-ups before that already. I think two, and then one from you. So it was like
we were due for another one, and then all of a sudden Lowry's like, "Hey, let's gift you guys one." So what's up, Trent? He says, "Great work, Dots, man. I'll take any. I'd rather be lucky than good. The great old saying. I'd rather be lucky than good, 100% of the time." All right. We have another beautiful tournament this week. We got the Arnold Palmer Invitational. This is a very, very important stretch of golf that we are heading towards. We have players next week, and then we have the Masters in about a month or so. So huge tournaments popping up. Make sure you guys dive in, and show love to us each and every week. We are degenerates. We talk about golf in January. We talk about golf in November. If you're just joining us now, just listen up and you'll win some money with us. So, all right, let's dive in to the Arnold Palmer. We got another signature event. I think there is a small cut this week, but we are back at it. Teaser, take it away with what we should be targeting. What's the course like, and who should we be on?
Yeah, so like you said, cuts. I think top 50 are within 10 strokes of the lead going into the weekend. So we'll probably see like 7 to 10 guys maybe miss it, maybe even less, but not too many. So Bay Hill usually firm, fast conditions. I think it's going to be playing tough again this year. I think the weather looks pretty good this year so far. I think like 80 degrees, not too much wind or any rain or anything like that. 6 of the last 7 winners finished 12 under or worse. Par is a pretty good score on most of the holes. So really what it takes to win total driving, so distance plus accuracy. A lot of people just factored in accuracy, but I'm kind of doing total driving. Elite long iron play. I think 30% come from 200 plus approach shots this week. High ball flight always helps here because the greens are pretty firm. Coming in at a longer distance, it's going to be tough to hold the green if you're kind of a lower long iron player. Really, course features, all 4 par threes are pretty long, over 200 yards, so those are always tough. Par fives, I think there's 4 of them. Kind of need to birdie those around here. Really, only your birdie opportunities outside a few par 4 chances. So, just the most important stats: approach, especially from 200 plus, total driving, par 5 scoring, putting on Bermuda, which is a big one, and then bogey avoidance on difficult courses is a good one. And so, really, bottom line, just elite ball striking, and really just long iron excellence. So, really going to see a lot of fits this week from a lot of people. Couple guys that are good with long irons and stuff like that. So,
what the? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I think you're frozen though.
I'm straight frozen. All right, so I'm gonna be frozen, I guess, the whole rest of the show. But at least you can hear me.
Yeah.
My computer literally just locked up and said, "Hey, what are you doing? You're running so many things in the background."
It was the outright blew up the.
All of a sudden, I just hear a ding, and I'm like, "Oh no!" So something just froze up. At least you guys can hear me. That's good.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't even have anything in front of me. I'm just going to use my phone.
Okay.
I usually have all the odds and stuff like that pulled up as we go through it. So let me pull it up on my phone very quickly. We got, all right. So another week, we got Scotty here, plus 335, has had some early moves in the betting market already on him. One of the better numbers we've seen in a while. What are your thoughts on Scotty this week?
Yeah, I think obviously outright can't really take, but I do think, I mean, it's not really a hot take or anything like that, but I do think Scotty or Rory get it done this week. I know Scotty won Amex, but I mean, they haven't really won the big signature event yet, but I know it's coming soon. So I think it's going to be this week. Obviously, won't take Scheffler at 335, but I can just hop right into Rory. I don't know. I just
your boy, the cover boy.
I mean, not my boy, but like he's becoming it because I'm betting him so much. But like, I just feel like it's kind of time. I don't know. It's 10-1, which is kind of steep. It's either I do a single bullet on him or maybe pair him with a few longer shots. But it's just like there's a trend with him too, where like last year he went into this tournament, he got 21st, which wasn't great. But he always trends. So like Pebble Beach, he won before that. Going into this Genesis, he had a 17th, and then he wins the Players the next week, and then wins the Masters. So like this year, he's gone 23rd, 14th, second. Really, the only thing he didn't gain on 2 weeks ago at the Genesis was the putting because he couldn't make a putt over probably 8 feet on the weekend. I think he was first in tee to green at Riviera. So I think him with the driver this week could be he's not the most accurate, but obviously he still can hit it far. And I think he's top 3 and out of the rough percentage, like saving par, making birdie. So I think he's good. Obviously the course history is there as well. I think Bay Hill, he has 5 top 10s and a win. So that's always good to look at too with him.
Yeah. I don't not like it. How about that? I'm totally fine with Rory. You're on him 2 weeks ago, right? At the
I was. Yep.
Yeah, at the Genesis, right? So, and I thought I was on his first round leader there, and so we both liked him a lot. But I don't mind it. I could definitely see him sitting there towards the end and up at the leaderboard. But probably where I'm more than likely going to start my card for whatever reason. Like no one Rory, you guys can, back teaser with the Rory, but like Fleetwood doesn't really do much for me this week. Neither does Xander, and like Fitzy and Morikawa are just 2 steamers that I just don't see the value there.
Yeah.
Siwoo has played very well recently, but I'm not going to take him 29-1. Cam Young 31-1. to 1, a better number than what we've been getting. Just not a course that I see Cam Young doing pretty well at.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just don't know yet off the top of my head who's going to like basically stick out to me. And that is kind of where I'm leaning a little bit to Scotty, because I'm like, no one in that upper echelon right there really excites me besides Scotty this week for whatever reason. I could be completely wrong, and Rory just takes this bad boy and goes. But like we're talking, like Scotty and Rory are bound to get a win soon, right? So that's my caution out there. Where hey, a lot of these guys have been playing very well, and there's been a lot of long shots that have won recently. You're bound to have some back to the earth odds right here, and Scotty and Rory at the top there, I could see one of those two getting it done. So I hate to be that show that says, oh yeah, let's talk about Scotty and Rory, but we're usually not. So the fact that we even are I think is a big indicator, is that that could definitely a possibility this week. But and not just sugarcoating it. So anybody below 30 to 1 that you see, like after Russell, like anybody sticks out to you like in that 40 to 1 range maybe?
Like honestly, hanging a 33 on Henley's good, but like I don't see him going back to back. That's the only issue.
Right.
Because obviously he won last year here, but yeah, I mean, like if we keep going down the list, like I'm probably crossing off Hideki, probably crossing off English at that number. Wouldn't touch Cantley, and he needs to be over 50 to 1 for me to touch him at this point. Aberg, we've seen him get steamed all week. I think he started at like 55 to 1, and now he's down to 38.
Yep.
Bob Mack could be an interesting one. But really, I don't know. This guy always sticks out to me for like courses like this, and like I know it's kind of dumb, but it's Victor Hovland at 44 to 1. I'm sure, you probably don't hate him either at that number. It's just like they always hang like a decent number on him, and it's probably like
it's like too good to be true almost. Yeah,
it's almost like when you look at the board, it's kind of like, why is English and Cantley 38 and he's 44? Like what makes Cantley better odds than him at this point? But yeah, I mean the decent course history. I think he had kind of the lead going into Sunday in 23, T10 and a T2 2022. So like it's always off the tee. And like another thing about this course is we see the winner going to be around probably 8 to 12 under, I'm assuming. So it's like it's not a birdie fest, and the putter is kind of canceled out at these type of tournaments where just tee to green is what you need. So that's always good when you're taking Hovland. He doesn't need to make too many birdies. He can just get the par fives and get out. So I like 44 on that.
Yep. I mean, the other guy that's pretty popular out there that just hasn't been playing too well, which I think is getting a little bit more love than I thought would be Ludwig. And it kind of surprises me. I won't be on him, but I then again, I don't hate 31 or 38 to 1 odds there, because you are getting somewhat of a value on there, because we've seen him, in the 20s so far this year, where it's like, he's not playing that well, but he's in a weaker tournament, so his odds are lower, But in this case, it's a stacked tournament, and you're getting a pretty good value on him. But even now with the stacked field, I just don't see him winning this tournament, even though he's got a pretty good number there. So just wanted to point that out. Jake Knapp's another one. 38 to 1 for Jake Knapp is just tough to click on at all. Maybe just because we're so used to picking like 70s or 80s to 1 with him. Right. I like you said, Victor. I don't think Goddard, people might, forgot about him at 45 to 1. Pretty solid number there for a guy that's won twice already this year. Burnsy, he's burned me once, but I think I'm still okay with going back to him at 46 to 1. And then, I know that guy had a huge heartbreak last week, but no one wants to play Shane Lowry. And besides 3 holes, he rolls with, or goes away with a 3-hole or a 3-stroke victory. So he could probably. I think he's been around the game a long time. He can probably brush it off, and you can get some depressed ownership there, especially on DFS. Nice little angle there to play Shane Lowry again, because it was a little bit heartbreaking because he kept talking about his 4-year-old that he wanted to win for afterwards, and I was like, damn, that's because she was following him.
Yeah, that's
on
tough.
the back nine, but so I think I still think he could come back from it. Ultimately, last week, the lock was Shane Lowry top 10. It was like plus 150 or something like that, and I was like, why is it that number? So you could take his top 10s plus 300 this week. So guy who's been playing well, like we said, just 3 holes where he just absolutely came unglued, but somebody you could go back to again this week. So Shane Lowry, don't be afraid. 47-1. It's not bad. Anybody else going into that 50-1 range, 60-1 range? Pop out to you?
Yeah, honestly, I like Lowry there. Obviously, everything buck out, right, is always good to take him at these type of courses. But I think this guy's kind of been getting steamed as well this week. I think he started like 75 to 70, and now he's down to 58, and that's Sepp Straka. Let me see if I can share.
Yeah, see if you can share, because I can't believe I can talk, which is great, but I'm just frozen. So fun me. I don't even know if there's comments. I got no clue. Who's saying what?
There's no comments. Okay, so here we go.
Why are there no comments? Somebody throw a damn comment in there. Let's go.
I think the Echeverry is on there now, but I don't know how to remove it. Here we go.
Did you remove it? There you go.
Yeah. I don't know if it's working, but
it's probably sharing my screen.
Yeah, it might not let me. But yeah, anyways, he's been playing decent this year. So obviously he had that runner up at Pebble Beach. So he's been playing good. Obviously had a rough week at Genesis. I know he shot like an 80 on Saturday, so that kind of is gonna skew everything. So really just take out that one round. He's still playing good. I think last year he got a T5. So obviously plays here. Another guy who's going to be pretty popular because he hits a lot of fairways. So that's always good at a course like this. There's really 2 strategies this week. It's like you can personally, all the long shots that I like hit fairways, which is if that's what you're looking for, which is good. And then there's the 2 big guys that kind of do everything good off the tee. So it's like I like Sepp at that number. I'll just jump right into or actually I'll let you go to your guy in that range at 68 before I can talk about my other long shot. But
yeah, so I think the best value on the board this week is Jordan Spieth, 68-1. I think he's got a couple top 5s here recently. The T12 at Genesis, I think the tied for 29th. I'm just going off the top of my head. The week before, so it was one of those guys that we wanted to be earlier on, and he's gotten some pretty good track record at this course, playing against these top dogs, and 68-1. I think you're in that range. You're in that Nico range where it's like, hey, I think this is a good one to throw an outright on for sure. I haven't watched much of JT at 63-1. Probably too early for me to take him.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, first.
So that's another person that is coming back. But yeah, Spieth in this range is my favorite at 68-1. I've seen a lot of love for Thorby again. Maybe I was a week early on Thorby at 78-1, but I remember last week he was like 23-1 or 24-1. So crazy odds there. That's probably as high as I go. I'd love to just go take my boy Nico at 100-1, but let's not throw away money after we just made some. So, anybody else though? Long shot wise? Oh, yeah, I got one guy. Yeah,
I got the screen to work finally.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah. So my last one will be this guy. So Corey Connors at 78-1.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Yeah, that is your guy. So
I'm supposed to be saying that. I love that you are on him. Love it.
Yeah, so it's just I don't know. It's like tough right now because he's coming off like that wrist injury in the fall, but he's been playing all year, so he is healthy. Obviously, he's been horrendous so far in the West Coast. But this is kind of like a trend with him. If we go down to last year, so like this is what he did heading into this tournament. He went 65 or missed cut, 65, 74, 24, then a third at Bay Hill, sixth, eighth at Valspar, and then eighth in the Masters. So like once the Florida swing hits, this guy turns it on. I think he's more of a Bermuda type guy. So we see the same trend this year. He goes 24 cuts, 70, 37. So this is kind of more of like a course history play for me, and like just switching over to the Florida swing. Because if you look at his history, he's got last 5 times here, 4 top 20s and a 21st. So this is another guy who peppers fairways. He's not going to make too many mistakes off the tee. Once again, another horrific putter, but it doesn't really matter here for top 10s and stuff like that. His top 20 is like plus 180, which I love. So I probably would sprinkle like an outright at 80, but also just like take that for a unit, the top 20, which I like even more. So,
yeah. You can always play Berger in Florida. So I think he was okay last week. He should have performed a lot better. But Berger this week at 98-1, definitely worth it. One guy that's kind of right by him, Harry Hall. He started off, so well, and then just absolutely, I don't understand the downfall there. But so that's probably as high as I'd go. But like I said, probably Spieth is the top of what I really want to, and I know Corey or Thorby are 2 other values there. So the most popular golfers this week on DFS. So you're definitely going to have Scotty and Rory, Fitzy, Fleetwood, Morikawa, Knapp, Xander, Siwoo Kim, and Goddard up. So those will probably end up climbing. Some guys that I like that are lower owned, sub 10%, Connors at sub 10%, Berger sub 10%. Don't forget about Rio. I'm not going to say what is it? Hisasoon.
Yeah. Yep.
He's been playing obviously very, very well. Keith Mitchell last week played very well. He's coming in at sub 10%. You got a couple of other guys. Spieth is coming in under 10% too.
Yeah. Another guy you could maybe see is Andrew Putnam. So I can add him here. Yep. So in the model, he doesn't really rate out well, but the couple things that he does well, obviously driving accuracy here is top 3, top 2, the last 18. And then this one, intriguing stat, rough from 175 to 200. So if he does get in a little bit of trouble, he's number 1 in that category the last 2 months out of the rough. Obviously, his around the green game is great. So if we just kind of go through him here, usually we see him like on the West Coast, play better, but obviously good course history, fits the course pretty well. I think his like top 20s 5-1 as well. So that would be a good sprinkle.
Yep. All right. Let's get into some matchups to end the show as I'm frozen and I'm not providing too much value to this place.
Now we finally got this share screen to work, so it's all good.
Good. Any ones that pop out to you? My favorite. So they always pin Rory and Tommy Fleetwood together every time. Every time.
Yeah.
And it's like, why the hell did they do that every time? My favorite, it's a guy I'm probably too bullish on, but everyone likes Nikolai this week, but Spieth at minus 102 over Hogard. I think that's the play for me. But
that's
like I said, there's going to be like 2 people that miss the cut, and Spieth will be one of them this week. So
yeah, that's a boomer bust play by you right there. Yeah, that's
I'm going all in on Spieth. That's crazy.
Yeah, I found one that I love because I don't think I'm going to play this guy in any other capacity, maybe outside of like round matchups or prize picks, but it's got to be like this is the one way I want to get Fitz on my card, and that's Fitz over Siwoo Kim at minus 120.
Siwoo.
Yeah, he's been pretty hot, but I think we saw him at where was it? Was it Genesis or a little before?
I think it was Genesis.
Yeah, he kind of started coming back to earth a little bit. It's like even Pebble Beach, I think it was, where he didn't really finish well. So yeah, I think Fitzpatrick, I'm going to go with the course history there and the course fit. I think he's a little bit better of a fit here, and it's a good price too at 120.
All right, riding with Fitzy, and I'm going with Spieth. We were at what's that one up in the Northeast? That's where we usually take those two at that damn course with the lighthouse. What's the lighthouse one?
RBC. Yeah.
RBC. Yeah, those are the two we always take there.
Yeah. I'll probably be on them at Hilton Head again, so we'll see.
No kidding. All right. Well, we'll get up on out of here. We appreciate you guys tuning in, even with the technical difficulties. Let's see if we can go back to back outrights, me or teaser to grab one. So, but yeah, we'll have our full cards, or I'll have my outright cards out tomorrow night. Join the Sharp Bros Discord in the link below. Get all of our plays, round matchups, round leaders. 3 balls, 2 balls. Teaser's been dominating with the PrizePicks going. Yeah. I think he had 50 to 1K a couple weeks ago. So make sure you guys get all of our content each and every week in the Sharp Bros Discord, and then we'll be back here live same time next week. I will be able to move next week
for the players.
The players, yep. Yeah. What a lot of people call the 5th major. Yeah. So we're always excited for the players. So we'll get up on out here. We appreciate you guys tuning in. See you guys next week.
Peace.